Resident Evil 2 is our next stop in the journey to achieving every platinum in the mainline Resident Evil games. With a difficulty rating of 5 out of 10 and a minimum of 6 playthroughs taking around 30 hours to complete, let's jump right into the horrors this game has to offer. So starting off, I already have 13 out of the 42 trophies needed for the platinum. I imported my save from the PS4 version and some of them automatically popped, so we're going into this with a few trophies. Starting off our first playthrough, we will be playing as Claire on hardcore difficulty, achieving the trophies for A Heroine Emerges, Hardcore College Student, Sizzling Scarlet Hero, and A Small Carbon Footprint. We see a very HD cheeseburger, make our way to a gas station, and the police officer does not got this. We escape the gas station with the other playable character Leon Kennedy and make our way for the city. After the cutscene, we get separated from Leon and we are tasked with making our way to the police station. Once inside the police station, we instantly pick up the Lion medallion. We go halvesies with the zombie on this police officer and get the officer's handbook and get our first task to obtain all the medallions. We meet Marvin for the first time and see that he is bit and on his way to becoming an infected. We hear that Chris is on a vacation in Europe and push on to find the other two medallions and lower the passageway under the statue. Now normally there's a Mr. Raccoon here, but like I said, I already had a few trophies auto pop and one of them was for destroying a Mr. Raccoon. We get the unicorn medallion, see that Leon made it to the police station, and push on further. After meeting with Leon, all the zombies wake up and we are once again going our separate ways. We pick up the bolt cutter so that we can access new places in the police station. We go get our grenade launcher and pick up the third medallion, and now it's time to head down into a boss fight. We meet Sherry Birkin for the first time and she tells me what all of my close friends have been trying to tell me for years. Oh, and she also says that he is behind us, he being William Birkin. The boss arena is a big rectangle and the boss himself is not too much of a challenge. Alright, take two I guess. Like I was saying, this boss isn't too much of a challenge and goes down with some knife slashes, a few grenades, and about 10 grenade launcher shots. After the fight, Sherry asks if we can help find her mom, to which we agree. She lowers the ladder and we push on to the parking garage. Once in the parking garage, we find that we need a key card in order to lift the gate and run into probably the least likable character in the whole franchise, Chief Irons. We get tied up by Chief Irons and he takes Sherry away, but not before hitting us with his gun. Jesus Christ, man, chill out. After the cutscene, we make our way into a cremation room, I suppose. I never knew what this room was actually for, maybe a morgue? But anyway, we pick up the key and avoid some lickers on the way back, and shoot another Mr. Raccoon. We make our way into Chief Irons' office, which doubles as a taxidermy shop I suppose, and we pick up another key. At the point we're at in the game right now, what we need to do is collect both electronic parts so we can put them into a socket to unlock a door in Chief Irons' office so we can get Sherry's pendant. We pick up the first electronic part, destroy a Mr. Raccoon, and pick up the large cog which we will need for later. We turn on the water putting the fire out, and we run into Mr. X for the first time, who no matter how many times I play this game, always manages to freak me out with those large stompers of his. Once we escape, we make our way to the clock tower for the next electronic part, we head back to Chief Irons' office, solve the puzzle, and move on to the playable segment with Sherry. When we gain control of Sherry, we have to solve the puzzle to get the scissors to cut the tape in order to escape from our room. Doing so in under 60 seconds will give us the Young Escapee trophy. We get caught by Chief Irons when we try to steal the key to the exit and we throw some sort of acid in his face and initiate a chase sequence. Once we hide under this table for some time, he's a dum-dum and leaves the key in the door, to which we take and try to make our escape once more. He does his best Shining impression and the Father of the Year saves us. After regaining control of Claire, Chief Irons tells us we need to give him the pendant or Sherry will die. After, we get a trophy hide and seek and make our way to the orphanage. On the way, we get the trophy Never Ending Rain. When we make it to the orphanage, we run into Chief Irons, who does his best xenomorph impression, and are reunited with Sherry. After another chase scene with Mr. X, Dr. Birkin gives him a paper cut, and now we have made our way into the sewers. We run into Annette Birkin as well, who is Sherry's mother, but all she's concerned about is William's mutation process. We see Sherry in some sort of room where she's talking to her mom over a camera. She passes out, and now we have to go save her. What we actually need to do is get chess pieces to put into the breakers so we can unlock the door to get to Sherry. On the way, we pick up a new weapon, the Spark Shot. With all of the pieces in our possession, we make our way back to the door and fit them in and suit up for a boss fight. For this boss, we need to do enough damage in order to knock it out with one cargo swing to unlock a trophy. The simple way is to use the Spark Shot while it's following you on the platform, and after we do enough damage, we can flip the switch and get the Wait, I forgot we were supposed to use it on the boss, not us. The second time around though, everything goes according to plan and somehow he survives. So come on. Eventually we do it right and we get the trophy. After the fight, we go see Sherry to find out she's infected and that there's no saving her. Annette then tells us she has a lab underground. We take the cable car and head into Nest. After the cutscene, we get the trophy A Great Need for a Shower, and we tell Sherry that we're gonna get her that treatment. After disposing of all the plant monsters and picking up the security chip so we can access level 3 areas, we quickly make our way to get what we need, and Sherry's pendant comes in handy. On our way back, we run into Birkin, and we have to fight him yet again. With our last grenade launcher shot, we manage to take him down, and move on to the final boss of Claire's playthrough, which is also Birkin again, just beyond recognition at this point. This time we have a minigun with us to even the playing field, and after running through all of the minigun and some hand grenades, we take down the final boss and complete Claire's playthrough. After the credits, we get the trophies A Heroine Emerges, Hardcore College Student, Sizzling Scarlet Hero, and a small carbon footprint. We start our second playthrough with Leon this time and pick up the LE5, which unlocked after Claire's playthrough, and this weapon will make Leon on Hardcore a cakewalk. After entering the police station, it's the same deal with Leon as it was Claire. Pick up the medallions to lower underneath the statue and fight Birkin. The LE5 makes quick work of Birkin, only going down in a few seconds. After the fight, the ladder drops somehow, and we head into the parking garage. In the parking garage, we meet Ada, and after the cutscene, we follow Ada, stuff a grenade in a zombie's mouth and shoot it to pop a trophy, and pick up the square crank. We meet Ben, who gets popped by Mr. X, and now we must get the electronic parts, but this time to get into Ben's cell. We throw a grenade in between these 3 candles to get a trophy. When Mr. X appears, we shoot his hat off to get a trophy. After obtaining both parts, we head back to the circuit panel and open the cell. We get the keycard we need for the garage, meet a shop owner and his infected daughter, and make our way into the sewers. In the sewers, we have a chase sequence with what's supposed to be an alligator. After taking care of that, we run into Annette Birkin and Leon takes a bullet to the shoulder, and now it's time to play as Ada. During Ada's sequence, we get to use this hacking tool thing. In fact, that's the only thing we can use because there's a trophy for not using your gun at all during this sequence. I use my zombie dodging skills learned from the first Resident Evil, almost get burned alive, and get 2 trophies. We see Ada taking a nap, and this next segment is the same as Claire's, where we have to get all the chess pieces to fit into the sockets. With all of them in our possession, we plug them in and open the door. The boss fight goes way better on Leon's playthrough than it does on Claire's, and the boss goes down with ease. After, we make our way to Ada and head down to Nest. Same routine as Claire's playthrough, we need to get to the security chips to unlock the wing where we can get the G antivirus, but this time we need it for Ada and not Sherry. For some reason, the antivirus is just sitting out when we pick it up. Head outside and fight Birkin once more, and like every boss up to this point, the LE5 makes super quick work of him, and now we can get back to Ada. Annette tells us that she isn't an FBI agent, shocker, and then she pulls a gun on us, yet another shocker. After Ada falls to her death, we just forget about it I guess, and then move on to the end of the game. Instead of fighting Birkin yet again, man I'm really getting sick of fighting that guy, we get to fight Mr. X. We get a rocket launcher from a mysterious person, definitely not Ada, and after a couple of rockets, he goes down. After the fight, we make it to the train to see Claire and Sherry, and now we suit up for the real final boss of the game. Surprise, it's Birkin. Birkin is now this blob monster thing, and all we have to do is just keep shooting him. Yep, that's literally it. After a couple minutes, he goes down and we see the true ending of the game, and after the credits, we pop some more trophies. Now for our third and final playthrough. Yes, we only did this game in 3 playthroughs because I'm just a god tier gamer. I'm just kidding, I followed a guide. But we go with Claire's second playthrough. This is essentially Leon's second run, just with Claire instead. So you guys already know the drill, we get the medallions, yada yada yada. While this gameplay in the background plays, let me remind you guys to like the video if you haven't already. It helps me out a ton and lets me know you guys want to see more videos like this. Now, we're doing Claire's playthrough on assisted difficulty because we're going for the trophies minimalist and whatever the trophy is called for not using many herbs. Frugalist. It's called Frugalist. Minimalist is for not using the item box, so we're going to be stacking that with getting all the hip pouches as well and getting all the other collectible types of trophies. Once we take down Birkin with 4+ minutes to spare, we get a trophy, and now it's time to take down the final trophy of the game for being the extra mode, the 4th Survivor. 4th Survivor is one of the most stressful things I have done in a game. You play as this character named Hunk, and your goal is to make it from the sewers all the way to the front gate outside of the station. Only thing is, the door is blocked, so you have to go all the way around avoiding zombies, lickers, and Mr. X, all while doing this with the ammo you are given and just a few healing items. After fighting our way through the undead, we kick the door open and earn our final trophy and get our precious platinum. And that concludes our platinum for Resident Evil 2. Stay tuned next week where we return as Joe Valentine and Carlos and take on Resident Evil 3. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.